right, thank you for passing the baton on, Roshni, and welcome, Farah. Farah is our next speaker on She Talks 3 today in the month of March. That's spring. That's why she's talking of courage, I think. She's talking of like, the winter is gone, the summer's yet to come. We're all feeling courageous. There are no sweaters. Bikinis a little far away. I'm joking. But I'm just trying to say that she's trying to bring out all the courage in us. Living boldly. How courage can help you reimagine your life. But then who is Farah? We all know her very well. Pretty much a lot of us know her very well. However, Farah Ismail is an international facilitator, coach, speaker, and founder of the Interact Consulting. With 25 years plus of working experience with global organizations, designing and facilitating leadership interventions, she is now on the mission to inspire more women with a proven blueprint for more meaningful, limitless life. You will find Farah speaking on stages globally, enjoying an international lifestyle she has worked hard to build. Kudos, Farah. Please reach her at LinkedIn or at SHEcoaches or at SHEMantra or here while you listen to her. So welcome, Farah. Talk to us about courage.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's just amazing to be here. Okay. I love roller coasters. In fact, I've been on many roller coasters all over the world. I think I love the highs and the lows and the thrills of a roller coaster. I didn't know my life is going to be one. I remember this one roller coaster called Space Mountain in Florida. It's an iconic thrill ride. It's completely in the dark. It's not for the faint-hearted. And I got onto this ride. I had strapped myself and we were flying through the air. And all of a sudden, this track did one unexpected turn and then we were hurled into space and completely plunged into darkness. At that time, the only thought I had was, I don't want to die. My heart, I could only feel my heart pumping. I didn't want to look ahead. I was petrified. Anybody relate to being on a roller coaster that feels like you're not in control or that it's never going to stop? This particular one reminded me of being in my life, of being like I was in Space Mountain when I really wanted to get off this roller coaster. And I was scared. I was not feeling in control at all in my life. But I learned something valuable and something that you can use. When I decided at that point to let go, I had the best ride of my life. And you never know what the roller coaster has in store for you until you dare to ride it. Yeah. So today, here I am. I'm about to share with you 3 powerful gifts that I got when I came to understand what it really takes for me to get out of my way and to live bold. Clarity, courage, and confidence that help me to reimagine my life every single time. And you can use it as a springboard for your success as well. Are you ready for this? Yes? Okay. Are we really ready? Because we often hear ourselves saying, someday, someday, someday. And there are a zillion somedays we fantasize about every day. Did you know? I mean, I was reading about this. On an average, people daydream about 1.5 hours every day. And that is an entire month of the year only daydreaming. Can you imagine what a vacation that is? I'm also in this. Many times I've experienced this. Tell me I'm not alone in this. But there's nothing wrong in daydreaming. It is really important for us to wake up and take the action because we need to stop dreaming and start doing, right? Because when we are in this la-la land, what happens is that life is happening all around us and often we're missing this vital key clarity that is important for us to bring awareness of what's really holding us back. And this is the understanding, this clarity, which is based on the facts of our life. The facts. Now, everyday life is giving us opportunities to gain clarity, especially when it comes to what we want and what we don't want. Life keeps knocking at our door. And when we ignore it, it gets a little bit louder. And you know, when you actually choose after that to not pay attention to it, it starts pounding on the door. And eventually it drives a big bus into your life through the door. We really need to wake up. Well, I was hit very hard by this bus when it crashed into my life door in 2006. You see, I woke up this morning in 2006. It was June, I remember. And I realized enough is enough. I have to get out of here. You see, I had been married for 13 years. I had experienced a series of traumatic and tragic life experiences. I was in an unhappy marriage. It was very unhealthy. And that day, I chose to listen. After 13 years, I made the biggest decision of my life because I packed my car with nothing but a bag of clothes, a computer, and my 6-year-old and I, we decided to drive away. I left everything behind. You know, as I pressed the accelerator, I stopped looking in the rearview mirror because I didn't want the past to hold me back. And all I was doing was moving ahead because I wanted to go into the future where we are going to create it. I never looked back. I lost all my friends. I had no financial freedom. I was on this roller coaster of emotions, which had heartbreak, anger, grief, and I was afraid. I was worried about my future, my daughter's future, and I kept telling her, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. But really inside, I didn't know. I really didn't know. I just had the faith and the courage to take that step. And now I know that when doubt comes to your door, let faith open it. Because that's what I used. I rebuilt my life and my business from scratch. And Sama and I literally had to reimagine what we really want to create for ourselves. Was it easy? No. Was it difficult? Yes. But is it possible? Yes. That was the turning point in my life that set me on an amazing personal and professional path. And that set me up to be a courage catalyst and a courage activist. I trusted the next chapter because I knew the author. It's so interesting. I was thinking about it, that what our minds are capable of. For years, I felt stuck. I felt afraid. I was thinking of this as a big loss. And one moment of courage gifted me a metamorphosis, a complete rewriting of a story I had told myself for so many years. I was free. It's so easy for our minds to trick us into thinking that we have reached our limits when we know we are capable of more. And I want to share that one true story that fascinates me about this is about a flea circus. Did you know that in 19th century in Europe, gypsies would have a flea circus? So at the entrance of the circus, you would have like a magnifying glass. And when you look through it, you would see fleas jumping through hoops of fire, doing some crazy, crazy stunts. And the most amazing thing, they were not even trying to jump and fly away. So how do you train a flea? You take a flea, put it inside a glass jar with a lid. The flea by nature loves to jump. And that's what it does. It will jump, hit the head on the lid. It'll jump again and again and again, probably even 25 times, until the flea learns a very important lesson. And that is, it has a limit to how high it can jump. And then from then on, it adjusts its jump to just jump a little below that lid. And then you open the jar, and I can promise you that that flea will never be able to jump higher. So I was thinking, who is it easier to train, a flea or a human being? What do you think? A human being, of course, because many of us, when we experience a bump or just a couple of bumps, we start doubting ourselves. We start second guessing ourselves. And then we learn to set our goals inside our glass jar. Goals we are most likely to achieve because we don't want to feel the pain. We want to move away from fear. You know, we all have these invisible ceilings above our heads. It comes from our history, from our experiences, from our parents, and they keep us stuck, thinking small, feeling fearful. But let me tell you something. Everything starts by breaking free and knowing that you can jump beyond what anybody else told you is possible. You know why? The ceiling doesn't exist. It doesn't. And that is the key to make it a springboard and make that ceiling your next floor. And that's what I've done. Every time I hit a ceiling, I realize that is an opportunity for me to grow. And it's time for me to smash it and make it my next floor. And that's the way to be limitless. And we can achieve so much more than we can imagine. You know, this quote from Rumi that I would like to leave you with, it truly resonates with me. The garden of the world has no limits, except in your mind. And I want to leave you with this. If you're going to doubt something, doubt your limits. Ready for the next roller coaster of your life? Thank you.
Oh,
Oh my God, incredible.
Bravo, bravo.
Incredible.
Bravo, bravo.
something, Farah. Oh my goodness.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, really. Absolutely. And you have to read the comments to know how much excitement is there. And you know, I think we were all just so engrossed that there's a possibility that we missed out writing what we were feeling. Yeah, you're right, Shivani, the chills, it was just so I'm still nursing goose skin. So thank you very much for that.